Hi everybody, welcome to the OAG RC match number 7 from round 1. Pits two pretty good looking buggies from my own personal aesthetics point of view, and from what I've achieved with these, I am super happy with the way that the Frog turned out and its neon paint scheme, which was me trying to do something different. It's not perfect, but you know what, I like it. I think it looks pretty cool. And then this DF03 build. If you guys remember when I got this, it was a not a wreck, but it was something that needed to be rebuilt. And you know, this was the body set that came on top of it, and it really needed some love. And what we've done is given it that. And it, to look at, it is absolutely beautiful. I didn't get all the decals right, but considering these wheels were completely black and I stripped the paint off them, added all those lovely clear blue parts that you can see, and these beautiful clear shocks that I think you can see in the video there now. This thing really does look good, and it almost is a shame to drive it. It's the closest I think I have to something that I just want to put on the shelf and look at every month. But I'm not going to do that because that's not what I do. We're going to drive it. We're going to see how it gets on up against the Frog. Personally, I don't think the Frog stands a chance here. But as we've seen with the weeks that have gone by, anything can happen on the day on the Orchard Raceway. This can have a mechanical fault. It could get stuck. I could flip it. And this thing could just, you know, poodle around and clean up. So let's see what happens out on the track. So, absolute mess up here. I did not, for some reason, record the second camera on this run where the Frog was going around Creation Corner. And that is on me. I think I forgot to press record. So I apologise that all you're going to have to see here is the Frog going around, no cherry to return, and back again. Now, what can I say about the Frog? It was very consistent. Well, reasonably consistent. We put a fastest lap in of 8.1 seconds, which I thought was pretty good. That was half a second faster than the Raider. It was actually faster than the DT03, which only did an 8.3 fastest lap, and the Frog did an 8.1. So it was pretty good, although only just slightly faster than the Grasshopper on its 380 motor, which last season I seem to think it did it about half a second faster than the Grasshopper. So on that front, it was probably a bit disappointing. But as you can see going around the track, it's putting in consistent lap after lap. We had a couple of funnies where we ran off and recorded some high times. But in total, we got 13 laps out of it, which is one of the highest out of the whole Orchard Raceway so far. So not a bad marker set by the Frog overall. I'll let you enjoy the rest of the half footage before we move on to the DF03. And we're off. Another modern four-wheel drive Tamiya Buggy hits the Orchard Raceway. And things are starting to look very, very positive. I really like the way this one handles. Doesn't quite cut in, or doesn't seem to cut in quite as fast as the TT02B. But remember, this is running a silver can, and that TT02B was running a torque-tuned as standard in the kit. So those first couple of laps were averaging under 7.5 seconds a lap. But then, as you just saw, I started to try a little bit too hard. And as I always find out on the Orchard Raceway, that's when the wheels start to come off. Now here, you see its fastest lap, which was an absolute ripper, a 6.33. Followed up then by its worst lap, because I got stuck there on the side of the railings, and yeah, just got too overexcited, which unfortunately is a little bit the story of my driving. I have a great lap and then I mess up and have a really bad one, and again there I just had to go way back and again. Now that unfortunately means that the standard deviation that we're posting up here is not going to be great with two really quite slow laps. So I start to put the hammer down to try and catch it up, and it results in, unfortunately, the most spectacular finish. Wow, I didn't see that coming. Did you? So what happened? Well, the DF03 didn't complete enough laps consistently to post the most laps in the session before it flipped over, or the best standard deviation. So what that means is the frog has actually gone and beaten it. Which is a similar story to what happened the other week with the TT02B. It was the fastest car, but the Raider posted the most laps and the most consistent laps, and therefore won. And the same has happened here. This drove more consistently, and therefore, despite the fact that it is a lesser buggy to some extent, I mean, it's fun and it looks great, but it's not as good as the DF03, but this is the one that finds itself in round two. Bit peculiar, isn't it? But those are the rules. We might have to change them for next year because it just doesn't seem logically right. But for me, I do get to drive the Frog again, which I don't really mind because I kind of enjoy driving this. It shouldn't be as fun or as good as it is, but it's awesome. It's really, really good. It handles nicely, easy to drive, looks great. It's a proper Tamiya buggy. It's heavy as heck. So I don't think it would jump particularly well, but there's no jumps this season. So yeah, there we go. The Frog's in round two. The DF03 is going to be in the redemption final, but potentially you're going to be in the redemption final vote, and you guys can decide whether you want that, the TT02B, or the Cougar are the three that you're voting on for that this time round. And to add to that, you're going to have either the Ultima or the TD2, because those are in the next round. I don't want to have to pick which one of those faces off against whoever wins the other vote, which I still don't know as of the time of making this video, but it's looking like it's going to be the Madcap. So one of those five is going to end up racing in the Madcap for the redemption final, which is just bonkers. I never thought that was going to happen at the start of the season. But hey, this marches on into round two, and let's see who joins it in a couple of weeks' time. Will it be the TD2 or will it be the Ultima? Let's find out. See you later, guys. Bye for now.